Hello everyone, we are at part 6 of our 8-part Women's Alliance initiation story.
It's getting good at this part.
Yeah, and kind of intense too. I think as women, every single time we overcome something, there's always more to overcome.
Boy, is that true. Makes us stronger.
Mhm.
Good song.
And we are recording this one under the Capricorn full moon. And this full moon is at step 1. So there's a heart chakra activation, and the movements that we're going to go over after this are kind of working with the heart chakra. A lot of arm movements because our arms are connected to our heart chakra. Yeah. So, all right, guys, let's get to reading. And I guess we can just kind of put the words in the middle right here. That would make sense.
That would make sense. I can follow along with you as you're reading.
Hopefully. All right, so let's begin. Card, combing it. The nettle is a woman, and she enjoys her hair combed. If the day is without name, go outside with your carding comb, sit near enough to the creek that you can hear it moving. If the day's without rain. You may bring cups of tea to help keep your hands warm and keep your throat wet. And you may sit with your sisters as your carding combs clank and muss at the nettle fibers until they have become golden clouds of fine hair ready for spinning. You will begin to make a rhythm with the carding combs, a brush, brush hiss that allows each hair to glint and smooth. As you sit carding the scutch fibers with your sisters, you will first untangle the knots in your own spirit. You'll untangle the quarreling words of others, smooth them all out flat. You'll untangle mysteries you see around you in mud and feathers in root. These are things that need teasing out, whose untangling of each strand with the gentle combs of the mind brings more knowing than any answer given free and then forgotten. This kind of untangling brings love. For 7 years, Robin left Nain gifts as she never seen him. She never realized the reason she never seen another soul was also because of the boy. He would persuade others to go another path by planting nettles or scattering bones, always leaving her a freshly killed rabbit, quail, or clam. Nain had come to believe it was Lady Nettle or some other forest spirit, and so she would leave a small offering where the food was left, a hummingbird feather or a pretty stone. It took Nain 6 years to learn the way of the ret, the stook, the scutch, and the card, and the spin. And on the 7th year, she learned to weave. In those 7 years, it would rain just enough to keep the land alive and nothing more. In those 7 years, a flight of 6 snow geese would find Nain and land each year on the day where autumn hinged on winter, the first time Nain wept and Robin watched weeping too. He knew then that he was right in protecting this girl. He did not know what would eventually happen, but he knew it would be miraculous. When the geese came honking each year as they pressed themselves into Nain's side and stayed all night, Nain would dream of northern tundras and being in a goose body. while the geese would dream of being in hers, a human with hands and hips. For at the center of each snow goose was a newborn human who had never been a girl, not yet a woman. If they had not come, Nain might have given up. She might have joined the mountain lion who once and only once padded through the middle of her little camp, swished his tail and looked at her with eyes the same as hers. Robin had almost revealed himself that day, but the big cat walked away gently swaying his haunches. Instead of hiding in fear, Nain filled his paw prints with hazel catkins and touched them every day until her fingerprints replaced the cat's. It is said that Nain fell in love with a hunter, but maybe it was a cat and not a man, for she was lonely, only able to speak to the nettles, the woods, and the birds. But she was sure from time to time she could hear the padding of feet and feel someone watching her. Maybe it was the cat, but maybe it was a hunter. The mountain lion was the only two she ever saw until the end, and he is so beautiful a creature you cannot help but love him. But it was the snow geese that kept Nain with us, and Robin who kept food at her door. It was the snow geese that kept Nain busy at her work, the geese and the vision of the skirts which she etched and re-etched into her mind. It was such a slow work it seemed it would take a lifetime. But this year, the creek was starting to run dry, and her throat with it. She spun the fibers between her fingers against her thighs and, exhausted, began to cry. She lay awake that night watching the stars until they danced. The stars danced and swirled until they stopped, showing Nain with their sparkle and shape what to do. That morning, Nain awoke knowing what she needed to do. She laughed with delight as she grabbed a leg bone from a fawn and a stone with a hole, and she carved an alder stick into a forked tool to loop her golden nettles into her spinning. She made her first distaff, and like the monarch who knows the eucalyptus she has never seen, Nain begins to spin and spin. All right, that was the sixth one?
Yep.
That's where we're
Number
at.
6.
Yeah, we did sketch last time.
And the card this time.
I love combing my hair.
I love combing my hair too. Combing the soul sounds very nice too. Untangling it.
I like that too. And I do whenever because I have long hair and sometimes I got a lot of tangles. And I'm like, I'm getting rid of all the stuff that no longer serves. Just combing it out. I love that idea.
There's nothing left but love. I love that idea too. It's a great metaphor.
And I think my favorite part about this part of the story is it shows Nain's perseverance. And it reminds me of the perseverance of women.
Yep.
And our heart. We do things like the old grandmas that knit the blankets. You knit blankets, huh?
I crochet, yes I do.
This takes years.
Yes.
It takes a long
takes
time.
A very long time.
And women have created such beautiful things
Beautiful work.
that, take years. And they put their hand and heart into it.
Their soul.
It's one of the things I love about women. We persevere and keep going.
Till it gets done.
So, that's my favorite part about this part of the story, and that's what I resonate most with is the keep going and you keep dreaming of the end result.
Mm-hmm. You keep seeing it in your mind, imagining it until it one day Gotta make it come true.
And along the way, there's different
Obstacles.
Well, yeah, there's obstacles, but there's also affirmations that
Yeah.
come your way.
Oh,
The
yeah,
universe
there are.
is like there to help you.
We got a hunter helping her out. She doesn't know it, but
And of course, she's fantasizing about it. I mean, I would be too.
yeah, it's lonely.
Yeah, so your fantasy is all you have.
It's your imagination.
What if
Imagination
it's
can
not
go
a forest spirit
long
bringing
way.
these foods? What if it is a hunter? I mean, sometimes the kill is so, like he brought rabbit and quail and clams. Is it the forest or a hunter? I would be thinking the
Yeah,
same
right?
thing.
Like, how am I getting this food?
But she keeps moving
It's
forward because she
grateful.
has the vision of her sisters. And I really feel that right now with where we're at in Women's Alliance. There's no reason to keep moving forward, it seems, but I still have that vision of my sisters.
Mm-hmm. Helping sisters. And so on and so on.
And we'll figure out our way. But for now, we're just beginning.
Yes. How it all starts at the beginning.
All right, so next, I guess we'll move to the movements.
It's my favorite part. Let's do it.
All right, so I like to present simple movements so that anybody can do them. And these are heart-centered movements. So really, let's think about the love as we do our movements. And our mudra that we're going to be working with is the lotus mudra. So it's like three fingers put together. That's your flower, your lotus flower that we'll be working with. So let's begin with a deep inhale, bringing our arms up and around. Exhale all the way down to the womb. Inhale, bring the womb up. Exhale, push it out. Inhale, empowering the womb. Exhale all negativity. One more inhale, bringing in your highest divine power. Exhale, grounding it to the here and now. All right. So, the first move that we'll be doing is just a shimmy shake. Shaking your heart. Shaking is so healing. It is so healing. So just step side to side and shake it. Back and forth. And then, of course, we have our what's it, a squat? Okay. So the squat, we start off with let's do kind of like wild hips and wild arms. Just kind of wild and free. And then what we're going to do is we'll go up, lotus mudra, and then bring it down.
And oh, okay. I felt everything in that one.
And then the final move that we'll do is side to side, and we'll cross your legs, and then go to the other side and cross your legs. Yeah. So we'll send out love from the heart. We send out our love. From the heart, we send out our love. All right. So here we go. Starting with the shimmy shake. Shaking it up, shimmy shaking. Yeah, getting that love shook up. Wild and free love. Up, lotus.
Yay.
There you go. Up, lotus. Allow your lotus to bloom, and as your lotus blooms, send out your love from the heart always.
Ooh, wrong way.
It's fun.
It is fun. I'm getting kind of better at rhythm.
Cool. All right, let's try one more time. So, shimmy, shake, get that heart going.
Oh, it's going.
And then wild love, wild and free love. Woo! Rise that lotus up. From the depths, we rise. And once we rise, we send our love out. From the heart, always.
Oh, I think I'm getting it.
All right, my heart's beating.
My heart's a going.
That's what we need, girls, to get those hearts moving. That's what keeps us healthy and alive.
Yeah, keep your heart a going.
Yep.
Pump
Strengthen
that
that heart.
blood through your system.
All right, so that's all we got for today.
Yeah, there we go. Yay!
Yay! Like, share, and subscribe.